Well, welcome to the show. It's the D1NZ D1NZ National Drifting Championship Series Round 4 from Hampton Downs Motorsport Park. Myself, Steve Daniel, joined with Kenny Ruddle. A fantastic day's drifting ahead of us.
Yeah, that's right, Steve. We're into the top 8. Full coverage of the top 8 here on today's show, and we've seen some fantastic action already, haven't we, Steve?
We certainly have. On screen, we've got Fanger Dan Woolhouse getting chased down by the FCRX7 of Andrew Redwood. Andrew Redwood, he's been one person that we've really watched this season.
Yeah, that's right, Stephen. These are the judges for this weekend. Of course, Brendan Dunker, based out of Auckland and former D1NZ veteran in this Toyota 86, looking over the line.
Yeah, 35 points up for grabs for line. Our angle judge this weekend is Dan Mackey, based out of Sydney, Australia. 35 points up for grabs.
Kyle Jackaway slots into style judge, of course, been drifting for 14 years and competitor in the Pro Sport Series. And taking us for a lap around here, the Hampton Downs Club Circuit. Brand new track layout, Steve.
Well, certainly is, and this starting section is very important. They come through from a clip on the left-hand side onto the right-hand side of our screen.
Yeah, and you really got to get the entry right because it's a wide clip, and then you got to drive back into a late inside clip. So it's really important to get that transition and that layout through the entry correct as you come on through this next section here, full throttle. And Steve, this new track is quite technical.
It's very technical coming through the centre section, but it's as we see this part here, they start to wind on the pace, getting all the horsepower down to the ground, outside zone through here, a big power out burnout towards the end.
Yeah, that's right, and you really got to maintain the speed, build up momentum, keep that foot flat to the firewall and really just bake those rear tyres. And that is a lap of the new Hampton Downs Club Circuit here for D1NZ. And of course, our penalties for the weekend: 1 wheel off is a points deduction, 2 wheels off a 0 score, straight line is a 0 score, a spin is a 0 score, and of course corrections are points deductions which are dished out in real time. Of course, that's that tipping scale we like to talk about, isn't it, Steve?
Yeah, that's right, Kenny. The tipping scale, it's about the battle. It's about that side-by-side, pillar-to-pillar proximity on the battle.
Yeah, that's right, Steve. Well, if you missed last week's show, we had the top 16, and we will run through a little bit of a recap before we get into the top 8 coverage. And of course, Danham Templeman was in pole position, but knocked out straight away by Joel Counter.
Joel Counter, certainly one of the top drivers. He had a fantastic run at round number 3, of course, Bay Park, knocking out the series leader. But this is the issue with the Danham Templeman. He took out the back bumper. Joel drove away with it.
Yeah, Drift South champ Joel Counter moving through into the top 8 today. And Shane Allen, one of the Hampton Downs residents, local here at Hampton Downs, just didn't get things right with Bruce Tannock, but it was such a good chase right up until that point. Yeah,
the Rattler Mustang chucking a wheel off, 2 wheels off. It ended up going for the Ryco 24/7 Mimico 180SX, the rotary powered machine. Jerry Zoo making a mistake, chasing him down.
Yeah, Jerry Zoo in the NOB Building Supplies S15. Now, this was actually quite an entertaining battle because both of these guys made big mistakes. You see there, Adam Davies taking a spin on entry, the battle going to an OMT.
Yeah, one more time it was, and this is how it panned out in that second one more time battle. Davies driving away from the NOB machine. I think we saw a wheel off there as well.
Battle of the heavyweights, Dave Steedman and Daniel Woolhouse, of course, in the top echelon, I guess you call, of the championship title race this season. Of course, both of them making mistakes. Dan Woolhouse taking a rallycross tour of the end of the drift section.
One of the lucky things for Dan Woolhouse in that situation was that it was actually only 1 wheel off, because that marker point, the Demon Flag, was actually the point that they finished the circuit, so it wasn't deemed to go 2 wheels off. This was the second part of the battle.
Dave Steedman leading out the Mimico Ryco 24/7 machine. Fanger Dan just keeping it nice and conservative. Both of them very strong battlers, and of course there were a handful of championship points on the line, and both of these guys just really battling for it, but Fanger Dan moving through to the top 8.
Well, this man here, the king of NOS, Andrew Redwood, he did a fantastic job at round number 3, Bay Park. He backed it up here at Hampton Downs round 4.
Yeah, the Club Auto Insurance FCRX7, the yellow machine, making a return to D1NZ. Of course, he's not doing a full championship fight, so he is the cat among the pigeons. He has just caused all sorts of upsets up and down the field, and he took a win over Drew Donovan.
Riding on board with Benji Wilkinson in the pack and save Nissan S15. He's stuck in a cloud of smoke from the People's Champion, the Evergreen Tyres, Nissan S15 of Nico Reed.
Now, this was another one of those OMT battles. Both of them just going tit for tat. It was a really even battle between both of them, but unfortunately in the final pass, Nico Reed fell away, and Ben Wilkinson moving through to a top 8.
Jaron Olive Krona in the chase, putting on a spectacular drive this weekend, but he's got Cole Armstrong. This man here is going for the title. A mistake for Jaron Olive Krona will put the V-Energy 250 GT through.
That's right, Steve. Cole Armstrong coming away with the win here through to the top 8. This is the second lap, and Armstrong just showing his class, just keeping it nice and clean in the chase, right on that rear corner. And the smoke here at this new club circuit is just becoming a bit of an issue for these top guys.
One of the things that we've liked to see in this final section is we see Tom Marshall leading out Stu Baker as they come through this right-hander. Stewie Baker getting it all wrong, though, ending it up in the kitty litter.
Yeah, bad day for Stu Baker. And actually, no, sweet and sour day, because he's got the new Link ECU livery on that car, and certainly some great results there, qualifying in 4th earlier in the qualifying session.
Well, top 8, Joel Counter, Bruce Tannock, Adam Davies and Daniel Woolhouse, Andrew Redwood and Ben Wilkinson, Cole Armstrong and Tom Marshall.
And that is how the top 8 line up, and we are now straight into the action. It is time for the top 8, round 4 Hampton Downs Club Circuit, and here are our championship contenders, our title contenders, and already Marshall pushing wide. Steve, this is a huge gap to Armstrong.
Well, I don't think he's going to have the opportunity to close it up, because we're going to get into the section of the track where it all becomes about the horsepower, the legs of it, and the 250 GT, the RB30 power plant, certainly not lacking as Cole Armstrong drives away from the man who is leading the championship.
Marshall just nowhere to be seen, a huge gap and just so much smoke. And of course, when you drop that far back, Steve, you just cannot drive. You're lost. You're flying blind.
Link ECU replay, you see it's the start of the actual section itself is where it all went wrong for Tom Marshall. This is the second half of that battle, though.
Second pass now, Armstrong in the chase. Great onboard vision as they come on through, right on that inside clip. Of course, remember folks, this is for the championship. We're talking about the penultimate round here. Round 4 on the Hampton Downs Club Circuit. Marshall grabbing that next inside clip. Armstrong still right there though. Marshall's got a lot to rectify though, doesn't he, Steve? Huge issues for Marshall right now.
Well, it almost looked like a slight bobble for the car that's chasing him down, but here comes Cole Armstrong getting right up underneath through the section they finished. Almost a wheel off for Tom Marshall. I think that's going to be enough to see Cole Armstrong go through.
Take a look at the Link ECU replay, and Marshall just, yeah, pushing a little bit wide there, and Armstrong hanging right with him. So Armstrong taking victory through into the top 4, into the semi-finals.
Well, this time it's the Ryco 24/7 Mimico 180SX, the little 13B rotary powered machine of Adam Davies, and he's got that big Century batteries VF Holden Commodore of Fanger Dan Wilhouse coming him underneath and will try to get onto that bumper.
Team DSR will be looking for a bit of retribution on Fanger Dan. You have to say, of course, Fanger Dan knocking out Dave Steedman earlier in the top 16. Top 8 action now here, and Fanger lost in the smoke this time.
Well, Fanger certainly is. He went a bit shallow so he could close up and get that proximity coming across the line. Fanger Dan doing whatever he needs to do to come through the end of that section. Let's look at the second half of that battle.
On board with Fanger Dan Woolhouse, 2-time New Zealand champion. What's he got in the bag this time? Adam Davies, V8 versus rotary.
Well, this is the ever important section. It's the start. That's where the judges are watching. And here comes a little rotary powered machine tucking in underneath the big machine that is the Century batteries VF Holden Commodore.
Appears out of the smoke, switches on through, late inside clip there as they fire on through. Fanger pushing a little bit wide. He's got a more unique line though. The Century batteries Holden Commodore firing on out, and then you see there a shallower line to try keep that proximity for Adam Davies. Adam Davies, has he done enough in the chase? Oh, close one to call, Steve.
Well, smoke billowing off the back of those Tri-Ace tyres, but I can tell you it was certainly enough. Adam Davies goes through.
Well, Adam Davies through. Now it's Drift South champ Joel Counter up against Bruce Tannock. Bruce Tannock fresh with confidence after taking the victory in the Pro Sport Series earlier in the day. So he's won round 4 of the Pro Sport Series, bolts on a set of 265 semi-slicks and jumps in with the Pro class.
Well, the Achilles Radial Zerst 13, he is leading the way coming through the short straight before, and look at the angle he's dialing on in that S13.
He pushes wide, but of course that's with the momentum and speed and the angle and the grip. This car is a monster, Steve. It is just powering away from Joel Counter's S14, and of course it's a V8 versus turbo battle right here.
Well, 800 horsepower up front. This machine that we're riding on board with now is said to have the least amount of horsepower in the Pro Championship. Let's see what he can do with it though as he comes into the first sector. Joel Counter will lead the way.
Joel Counter, no slouch. He is a Drift South champion. He knows how to drive this thing. What can Bruce Tannock do in the chase here? Counter feeding the throttle. Look at Bruce Tannock just trying to get through. Oh, mistake for Counter.
Well, Joel Counter, you saw as he came through, the car just bobbling. It's going to be either a points deduction or it might be enough to throw the whole battle away to Bruce Tannock as they come through, powering down, getting the rubber to the ground.
Tannock just driving through that smoke. It's so blind when you're in that white mess, and Tanek just doing a great job there in the chase, and he's going to hold through and take the victory.
Link ECU replay, and we can see where it all went wrong for Joel Counter. There's a mistake there. You just see the slight twitch of the steering wheel. He gets back onto it, but sadly for him, the judges saw it. Bruce Tanek will go through with the win.
Well, it's time for Ben Wilkinson, Andrew Redwood. Another V8 versus turbo battle here. Redwood, again, coming back into the D1 field with a whole lot of form.
A whole lot of form and a whole lot of power. Andrew Redwood, that FCRX7, the Club Auto Insurance machine, that NOS bottle will be getting emptied out as he goes through and attacks the circuit.
Few car lengths in it. Redwood's got a good lead here. Wilkinson, though, he's doing, even though he's got that those car lengths back, he is following that line. And oh, Redwood
touches the dirt, touches the dirt. So the judges will certainly see it, but do we see mistakes in the background?
Yeah, I think the big mistake there, just in the distance for Wilkinson. So the pack and save machine, unfortunately, not doing so well. So perhaps advantage there for Redwood. What can Ben Wilkinson do in the lead?
RB32 power, 800 plus horsepower. This pack and save Botany Downs machine leads out with Andrew Redwood, and he'll be right up on the door.
Ben Wilkinson, the pack and save Botany Downs machine. Redwood hanging right there, the NOS powered V8. FCRX7, Wilkinson trying to keep it conservative, and maybe he's giving a little bit too away here to Andrew Redwood.
Well, what's stuck in a haze of smoke. Andrew Redwood shallows up his line, though, and you can see him coming right up on him. What a fantastic chase. Andrew Redwood, take it away.
Great stuff there from Andrew Redwood, and he's going to grab the victory through. We'll go to the Link ECU replay, and look at this great onboard vision.
And that was enough for Redwood to go through. Top 8 battles becomes top 4. Bruce Tanek will go up against Adam Davies. Andrew Redwood goes up against Cole Armstrong.
It is semi-final time, and you see there, Cole Armstrong leading the championship now, you'd have to say. Stick around after the break. More coming up.
Welcome back to the D1NZ D1NZ National Drifting Championship. It is semi-final time here for round 4. Hampton Downs. Adam Davies will lead the way. He's got Bruce Tanek in behind. Who will take the win?
Adam Davies doing it for Team DSR. Another great showing after that top 4 finish, that podium finish at Bay Park in front of a home crowd. Davies leading out Bruce Tanek, the 13B rotary powered machine. You can hear it singing as the smoke pours off the rear tyres.
Well, Adam Davies winding on the angle as they come through the second section of this Hampton Downs track, gets right in there, hard on the gas now, and watch as they power out. But that RB30 power plant in that S13, can he close up the gap?
Real early transition from Tanek, and I think it's given him a lot of favour here up through the last part of the section, though. Davies just hanging. It's a strong battle so far in the semi-finals.
As we see the electric windows come down to release the smoke out of the car. The Link ECU replay, we see great angle. Here he comes to shallow it up. Bruce Tanek is on the charge.
Well, we await the second pass. They leave the line. What's Bruce Tanek got in it?
Well, Bruce Tanek, he lives in Hamilton. He's one of the closest drivers to here. Sideways he goes, throws it in. Look at the angle of both of these drivers.
Oh, wild stuff on the entry. Davies only just caught the hold of that. Tanek, I wonder if he knows what's going on in the rear. Fully focused, putting the foot down to the firewall. Davies trying to rectify the issue, keeping himself on the rear quarter. He knows there was a mistake at the entry, and he's made another one. He's made another one. Has he thrown it away? He has, Steve. And Davies, oh, drama.
Such a committed chase. You saw as he threw it into the first part of the section. The second part he closed right up, but then he threw one wheel, it made it 2, and he knows that that is the end of it for him.
Another look here in the Link ECU replay, and just all wrong in the last part of the section, and Tanek is going to go through to the final.
Well, let's ride on board Adam Davies, stuck in a cloud of smoke, and then I don't think he saw where the outside part of the track was, and that was it. 2 wheels off, round it goes.
Well, Davies will battle for 3rd and 4th, but Bruce Tanek is through to the final. So whoever, Cole Armstrong and Andrew Redwood, whoever wins out of this battle right here is going to go up against Tanek to fight for the trophy.
Well, it's not just the battle for the round win. This is the battle of the championship. The man sitting in 2nd place is now leading the championship. Oh, there was contact there. Did we see a hand out the window?
Oh, Redwood just leading out all class. Andrew Redwood, the Club Auto Insurance Miami Vice machine, that Armstrong Sticking pin. He made a little error, but he's coming back into it. Still a good lead lap here from Andrew Redwood. Armstrong trying to fight back. It's V8 versus Turbo, the NOS machine out in front. Steve, a little bit scrappy.
Yeah, well, of course, when you see the two cars get gapped, the person that's sitting in the chase position has to essentially put down a qualifying run. As we look at the second half of this battle, we're right on board with Cole Armstrong, the V-Energy 250 GT, and as you say, Miami Vice with the NOS bottle. We come into the first section. Who is going to take away the semi-final?
Wild entry here for the Hampton Downs Club Circuit. Contact, wild indeed. It's smoke pours off the V-Energy skyline, but Andrew Redwood unfazed. Masterclass behind the wheel. Andrew Redwood, the angle king for many years in the D1NZ Awards.
Well, as we see, shallows right up. He's not afraid to get right up on the door of anybody. And look, have we seen an issue there? He's dropped right back.
He's
Andrew Redwood.
Right back, and I think that might be the end result of that early contact. Perhaps not just getting back into the rhythm of things. We'll take a look at the Link ECU replay.
So Redwood right up on the door, makes a slight clip of that right rear tyre of course, Cole Armstrong. Armstrong not phased, powers away.
Another look here at the last part of the section is Redwood just fighting that thing in the smoke. And unfortunately for Redwood, that touch there probably not doing him any favours at all. So Cole Armstrong through to the final with Bruce Tannock. Steve, this is big news.
Well, of course, yes, Bruce Tannock straight through to the final, but Bruce, of course, has already won this weekend in the Pro Sport Championship. Can he go back-to-back for the first time ever?
Yeah, and I think it might be Bruce Tannock's first ever Pro Championship final as well, but right now on track, battle for third and fourth, and unfortunately, Adam Davies in the Mimico machine falling back there. Andrew Redwood looking like he's got a big advantage right now.
Well, Adam Davies, I don't know if he's got anything he can give. This power and the speed of that machine up in front, the FCRX7 will just pull away, so Adam Davies will have to shallow up, but it's not going to be enough. Huge advantage going through for Andrew Redwood.
Yeah, that's right, Steve. Andrew Redwood's machine is very, very fast. It has very, very fast car speed. It has the NOS bottle, and then, of course, otherwise it's a V8 underneath that NOS bottle. So next pass. Oh, dirt for Redwood.
Well, the Ryco 24/7 Mimico 180SX of Adam Davies needs to charge away. He needs to do essentially the same thing that the car behind did in the first pass. He needs to pull away, but right now it's not happening for him.
Oh, Redwood hanging right there on that rear quarter. Fantastic chasing here from Andrew Redwood. He shallows up a little bit there to keep on that line. Oh, he's right on the rear quarter. Steve, Andrew Redwood just keeping consistent chases here. Great stuff from both of these guys.
Well, who would be a judge? And so hard to call, so hard, in fact, that the judges have decided to go one more time between these two drivers. So Andrew Redwood will lead away in this OMT battle.
Adam Davies, Andrew Redwood. This is the battle for third and fourth. It's going to a rerun. Davies stacking on the angle, so too Redwood. Can Davies reel him in? Already a gap now to Redwood, as we keep mentioning. Andrew Redwood's machine is a very fast car.
That's right, the Club Auto Insurance FCRX7. It doesn't have the rotary under the bonnet. It's got a huge V8, the NOS bottle in the back, and he's doing everything he needs to try and take this battle with him. And look at the gap that he's formed between himself and Adam Davies.
Huge moment for both of these guys. They'll want another podium in the bag, and we'll take a look at the Link ECU replay here. Davies just stacking on the angle of the chase there. But this is where Redwood says, see you later, mate. I'm putting my foot down. Look at the speed of the car. And
wow, the door opens.
We're back live here, and something's not right here. And oh, we've got the signal there from Andrew Redwood. Something not right in the car. So we're just hearing over race radio, blown drive line, perhaps? Maybe an axle?
Well, that's it for Andrew Redwood. Of course, that is going to put Adam Davies through to the podium. Third place will be his, but you wanted the best. You've got them two abreast, often imitated, never replicated. The greatest show in drift. It's final time for the Demon Energy D1NZ.
It is final time, Steve, and as we say, championship leader Cole Armstrong out in front. Is he going to seal the deal and really hammer it away as they head into the final at Pukekohe? Only one round left to go. This is the final for round 4, but look who Cole Armstrong's got chasing him. It's Bruce Tannock. They're good mates on and off the track, and it is fantastic battling so far. Bruce Tannock right on that rear quarter.
Bruce Tannock, he won the Pro Sport Championship here, round 4 of the Demon Energy D1NZ, and he he's going to try and win the Pro Championship as well. But Cole Armstrong, he leads the actual championship. He's going for the DK. Is this man here going to stop it?
Bruce Tannock, RB30 powered Achilles radial machine up against the V-Energy 250 GT Skyline, also a stroked RB. I think both of them running stroked 3.2 litre RB straight 6 turbos. If you're into your Japanese cars, this is a final for you.
Well, let's see what they can do as they come through. And Tannock washes wide. What's it? The pass!
It's a pass! It's a pass! Armstrong's gone for the pass. We haven't seen that in a very long time. And I think Warren Sear mentioned it. It was back in the Victor Chapman days since we saw a pass like that. V-Energy 250 GT Skyline. Wow! It's a pass. It's a win. It's a win for Armstrong. What a final!
What an amazing spectacle it is here at Hampton Downs Motorsport Park. Cole Armstrong, the V-Energy 250 GT. Amazing effort, amazing work. Comes through, slides deep underneath, taking the inside pass from, of course, the Achilles Radials S13. Link, you see your replay.
The checkered flag awaits, and this was the move. I mean, Tannock just got it wrong. He just got it all wrong. Out too wide.
And how fast was Cole Armstrong to switch positions, slide underneath? Victory skids it is here. Cole Armstrong, your winner of round 4 of the D1NZ D1NZ National Drifting Championship, and it rockets him right up to the pointy end of the Pro Championship.
Yeah, look at the leaderboard. Tom Marshall's still there, Dave Steedman as well, but it's those top 3 that are going to be the ones to watch as you head into Pukekohe. Thanks for tuning in. Great stuff here from Hampton Downs. We'll see you at Pukekohe.
For more information, D1NZ.com.